Let's.
Hello and welcome to Alienate UK with your hosts, Andy and Nicole. Super Chat are now active.
Hello and welcome to Alienate UK on this lovely Wednesday winter's day. I'm joined by my co-assistant Nicole.
Hey.
And our wonderful guest Liam. So Liam is from the Spooky Shed podcast. What used to be called?
Let's
What it
talk
used to be
about.
called?
Let's talk about.
That was it. Yeah. So you changed your name how long ago?
Beginning of the year, January.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
so not too long ago.
No.
No, because I did all the thingy for it in the media and that, and then you got, yeah, it's not called that anymore.
Well,
Yeah, so go on.
well, that's a good name too, the Spooky Shed.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's better than Let's Talk About. Let's Talk About was a good name, but it didn't exactly explain what we do. So
Yeah.
True. You don't know what you're talking
Well-
about, but
It could cover anything, couldn't it, really? So
yeah. Well, originally
Yeah.
that was the plan.
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it never works, does it? Never
No.
works exactly how you want it. Right. So before we bring Liam on, well, no, yeah, you can kind of co-host and what have you with us. That's fine. So I had a sighting on Monday. So Nicole's tried to guess.
I did guess.
Yeah, but it's one of two things. So I was in Bourne in Lincolnshire, and it was Monday morning, sunny-ish day. It had been raining, and I'm driving up towards the school, and then I'm turning to the right, and I'm going like about 2 streets away. And as I'm going up, I see this thing right in front of me. I'm like, in my head, yeah. And then I think, right. So I like stop at the giveaway. There's nothing behind me. There's no cars about. It's on like a new build estate. So it's only been there probably 2 years at the most. And I'm looking through and I can't see anything. So I'm like, right, I'll go and do what I need to do. I've got to come back out this way. I'll see if I can see anything when I come back. Anyway, I come back out and I stopped and I don't get out the van and I have a look round and all I see is a guy walking. He had a red setter and that was it. But then I kind of like, as I parked up, I'm looking round. There's some woods that run down the side, and there's like just a normal pathway that like it's been man-made, but through some woods, like gravelly track. It's not concrete or tarmac or anything like that. Couldn't say anything. Put windows down. Couldn't hear anything. So you're gonna love this picture now. So this is exactly what I seen. Right. The school didn't look like this school, but it's the same distance away. The bushes didn't quite look, or the hedges didn't quite look like that, but the rest of it is pretty much, and I couldn't be asked putting a car park in it. It was just completely out of perspective. So this is what I seen. No, that one. Sorry, wrong one. There. That was what I seen.
A cat's butt.
The back end, the 2 legs, but there were 3 things that got me of what I seen. How smooth and shiny the fur was. Because I'm driving up, I just thought, Christ, that's a big cat.
It's a very long tail.
That was the last thing. The tail was as thick as your wrist, solid from base to tip. Where a cat, normal cat, it kind of tapers. Wasn't a savannah. I know I've seen savannas. They're like cats on stilts. They're long and thin with spindly legs. It wasn't a lynx or anything because they're all like, they're smaller, thin, like slim looking cats. This was quite big and bulky. The back end, I seen the thighs, you could see the muscle in the legs and the tail, but the tail wasn't quite like that. The tail kind of like from its bum, it kind of came up and went round. It's kind of like the dollar sign without the ticks going through it. But I studied where it was, the size it was, and all that. And in comparison to a normal domestic cat, that'd be the size difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is what the rest of it looked like. It wasn't that tall. It's not like 2.5 foot tall. Wasn't as big as like a tiger or a lion or anything like that. But I'm only 95% certain it was a big cat because I only seen that part of it. I didn't see the front of it. It wasn't a dog. Do you know, like when a cat walks, it kind of like owns the road. It's very sleek in it. Like, look at me, I'm an arsehole sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas dogs just plod along and like they kind of like falling. Whereas cats yeah. And it was that. And even though I only seen it for like 3-4 steps, but when it went behind the bushes, I couldn't even see it through the bushes, even though I was trying to look. And I thought, I ain't getting out to have a look because if it is a big cat and it's hungry, well, guess who its next meal's going to be?
You said it was like 2 foot tall. Like, it's not that big.
Oh, its teeth are probably 3 foot. Probably a saber-toothed tiger. Now,
can we just say, for the record, I guessed it right.
Ish. It was a big cat or a dog, man, that you guessed. Right. So this is the area that's seen it. So where you've got Bourne in the middle and you've got Calthorpe, it's kind of in between them 2 places. And if you look to the left, you've got Bourne Wood. Now, I believe where that Bourne Wood is, at the northwest part of there, it kind of goes off. That's where that path was going into them woods. Because like I said, it was on a new build. I've just gone through Thurlby, is it? And I'm going up towards Martin next after I'd been there. So, and there have been big cat sightings in the area from 2017 onwards. So it is I am very, very convinced that I did see a big cat. Okay, I didn't see all of it, but half an hour sentence better than nothing, I think.
You saw a big cat's butt.
Yeah. But like you said, but this was 10:30 in the morning. Yeah. The weird thing, there's not many people about. The kids had gone into the school, obviously, because they're in by like 9:15. Like I said, the school was set back quite a way as far as that. But the size proportion for the school, the cat, the path, the hedges and all that are pretty much what you see there. That's just, everything's just overlaid. But if you look to the left of the screen where them hedges end, that kind of curls round and then runs alongside, and then that goes into the woods. So that was what I seen. But it was very, the fur, it wasn't scraggly, very shiny. And it was a tail, because the tail was solid. Like, as thick as it was at the base, as thick as it was at the end. Like I said before, with a domestic cat, its tail kind of tapers towards the end and are very, very thin. Like very shiny. And just the way, like you said, the way it swaggered, it was like I suppose like snake hips, the hip movement. It was very, you know, like they move like that.
They do like sashay down the road.
Yeah. Because I thought that's a big cat. I just thought it was a big cat, and then when it clicked like a second later, it's like, shit, it was a big cat.
Big cat.
Yeah, and big cats have been sighted around there, so might have to go and investigate. It's only, tell you how far it is. 1 hour 20, that'll do. So anyone interested, you shall be going. Yeah, so that was my encounter this week. Not quite paranormal, but still alien to the UK.
Yeah, no, that's weird though, because they're not supposed to be in the UK, right?
Correct.
Despite all the sightings.
No, it's interesting, isn't it? Because they're almost a bit of an urban legend here. Like there's always stories of big cats in like woods and forests everywhere up there.
But it's like I know people that have seen them. A lot of people. I know they are not they're nocturnal-ish to a degree. They go hunting like dusk and dawn. They don't really go out through the night. They do, but that's when they get the prey and then they chill and eat it and then move on and what have you through the night. So by the time daylight comes, they're already bedded down in wherever it is they're going to be sleeping, like out of the way. But I don't think it was a fully grown one because it didn't look as big as what I expected it to be. But then I can't remember because I've only seen them in zoos how big they actually are. But it was as big, if not bigger, than a Labrador, like an Alsatian size.
Yeah.
But this is the best way that I could do it. It's like a cat compared to that was like not even to the top of its leg.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah. Sorry, I'm just saying hello to a few people in the chat. Yeah.
It's weird because it's one of them things. It's really cool, but it's also really scary at the same time.
Yeah. Because if I'd like been out just driving about and had seen it, I'd probably park the car up and hesitantly gone like walking behind it. But 100% it was the back end of a cat. What the front end was, it could have been anything. I don't know.
Well, you got to watch out for Bruno now when you let him out.
Oh, no, this is miles away from where I live.
Yeah, but if you got big cats around, they could snatch him right up. He's so tiny.
Yeah, I suppose. He'll be fine. He'll fight them off. But you never know. Right, so yeah, that's it. That's my latest sighting and encounter. It was good, because obviously I'd seen it, but it wasn't, same again, it wasn't what you expect when you get to have one of those encounters.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I was expecting you to say, to be fair.
Was it not? What was you expecting?
I don't really know, to be honest. If anything, I was expecting something maybe alien UFO related.
Right, no.
Because you said sighting.
No. Well, I was excited, obviously, because it's a big cat and we're not supposed to have him. But Albert Rosales, hi Albert, he's just put, where do they live? There are not many forests in the UK. See, that's a myth as well. There are hundreds of forests and woods in the UK. You've got Thetford Forest down here, like in Norfolk, which is, I think it's 9. The road that you travel that goes through it is about between 9 and 12 mile. I can't remember the exact length, and then however deep it goes either side. And you've got Rendlesham, you've got Sherwood. There's forests all over the UK. There's a lot of wooded area, and there's a lot of plain like fields and flatlands like in the fens as well. So a lot of people think there's not many forests in the UK, but they're actually probably a lot more. Once you come out of the city, it's like you've got all these. Even London, once you've got Epping Forest in London,
Exactly.
It's like the M25 goes through it. I know because I've been round. It's like the tunnel, one of the tunnels that actually goes under. Sure, it goes under Epping Forest, doesn't it? As you
No
come
idea.
up, it's where you're coming up towards Tottenham and around that area. But yeah, there's quite a lot of wooded area. There's a lot of like swamplands as well, like in the forest. So,
and up north here, we've got all the moors and everything. So
yeah, well, yeah, you got the Pennine Moors. You've got
North Yorkshire moors.
Yeah, you've got what's that walk that cuts across? Someone will know.
I mean, just the Lake District as well. I mean, all the woodland and everything there.
Well, you got the Thingy Peninsula, aren't you? I don't know what it's called. Someone will know, but yeah, there's loads. Then you got Wales, Scotland, but UK is there's like 17% of the UK is what's it called? What? God, someone help me, please. I can't think.
It makes me like national trust.
Right. No, the population. If you put all the population all together, it's only 17% of the UK is civilized. Well, it sounds about right anyway.
Populated areas.
Yeah. So populated area, it works out 17%. If you add all like the government buildings like hospitals, shopping centres, all that kind of stuff, schools, churches, everything else, I think it works out about 23%. So Simon's just put 13% is forest. The rest of it's a shithole. Habitated, that's it. Urban, yes. There we go. Where was you 2 minutes ago when I needed you all?
It's just like watch you struggle.
Yeah, so it's like 17% is habitated. So there's quite a lot. There's a lot of lakes, a lot of rivers, there's a lot of canals, reservoirs. So yeah. There's plenty of places to go if there's any wild animals that need to feed and water. So plus you got inner earth and all the entrances to that.
That's true.
Yes.
But just because there's forest, it doesn't mean that your big cats are not paranormal.
Well, I only seen half of it, so it could be.
Yeah. The other half could be like
guinea pig.
It could be. It could be some other like weird animal.
But I didn't see it. So,
cat.
But when it was like at the back of the hedges, normally you can see little bits, but hedges are like evergreen, aren't they? So it's really difficult to see, and it's quite thick. I couldn't see it behind it. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'll need to go back, but the chances of seeing it in the same place going to be quite slim, aren't they? Really? No, but it is what it is. But that's what I've seen. That's my amazing picture. There's nothing else to it. Thank you. There's nothing else to it other than that. So now to our guest, Liam.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Absolute pleasure. So Tommy has asked me to ask you about two different things. Yeah. Right. All I'm going to say, he was laughing his ass off at the time as he asked me to ask.
He's going to ask you about the fucking owls, isn't he? And the seagulls, the bastard.
There you go. Liam, seagull and owl.
Seagulls and owls. I have no idea what the story is, so now I need to know what the deal with the seagulls and owls.
I asked Tommy not to tell me what it was, but I've also got a story about Tommy after this, which is quite funny.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. So you can get your own back.
Where is he? It's my birthday tomorrow.
I know.
And he didn't come with his party hat on.
But it is a birthday related story that I've got to tell you. Right, so come on, owls and a seagull.
Right, fair enough. First of all, Tommy, if you are watching this or when you watch it, I don't like you anymore, so thank you. Right, what do you want first, seagulls or owl?
Owls.
Well, I was going to say seagulls because he was proper laughing at the seagull one.
Okay, all right.
Right, we'll go with the seagulls first. That one. So basically, long story short, I got attacked by a group of seagulls. So I was working on the roof with my dad and two other blokes, and I'm not exactly small. I'm like 6'3", and like I said, not the smallest of people. So naturally, I was a bigger target, and the roof we were working on was on top of a warehouse, so it was a good sized roof, and there was hundreds of them, and they were nesting up there. And the part of the roof where I was too close to some of the nests, so obviously the seagulls weren't very happy. So then I got attacked. Luckily, I had a hard hat on, getting fucking pecked at and everything. So I just ran off the roof, which is not a good start when I don't like heights anyway.
Sorry.
Way.
So did they carry on chasing you, or did they leave you alone after that?
Well, like I said, it was a good sized roof. So once I got towards the end, like towards where the ladder was, they sort of left me alone, which was good because there was no way I was getting down the ladders in it.
Yeah. So once you'd moved away from their nesting area, they were pretty much happy.
Yeah, and then I just refused to go back up there. I wasn't doing that again.
No,
but like I said, it was only me that went for it.
No,
it was like they chose me. It was like they saw me and right, we'll have him. We'll go for the biggest one first.
Yeah. We'll knock him down as we go.
Yeah, basically.
So the owl story, is that any way related to the seagulls?
Yeah, well, it was in the same place. So weirdly, this was inside the warehouse.
Right.
So it was an old warehouse, and it was like a toy auction company, and then they wanted some offices building in one of the corners. So me and my dad done it. So we spent the first day building all the stud walls and everything, and then we'd gone in the next day to finish it off. So I'd gone in, and like I said, it was a big warehouse, and like so where the offices where we were building were right in the opposite corner for where you entered it. So I walked over. My dad was talking to someone, so I was taking all the tools and stuff in. And as I got like about further away across the floor, there was like, so obviously the corner of the offices we were built, there was just something sat on it. And I was like, what the hell is that? So I walked up to it, and it was just I thought it was stuffed. I didn't think it was real because it was just sat there, but it was asleep.
Oh,
yeah.
So I didn't even move.
I was stood there for about 5 minutes, just like staring up at it. I was like, "Is it real?" Because I was like, because it was, if it was stuffed, it was fresh. Put it that way.
It weren't part of the toy collection, was it?
Well, that's what I thought at first. I was like, is someone like trying to have our heads off or something? And then someone opened the door behind me, and like slammed it. So I turned around to see what it was, and then I turned back around, and there's just a big frigging owl coming flying towards me. So I hit the deck, covering me bloody head because I don't want another seagulls incident.
You and birds, man.
I hate birds as well. I can't stand them.
And Albert's not having too much luck with him either. One nicked his panini when he was in Venice.
Seagulls are mean, man. They will swoop right down and grab things out of your hand.
I don't know how big they are in the US, but they're massive over here.
Oh, they're like pterodactyls.
They're nearly as big as that cat I seen.
Yeah, bigger. The ones we have up north are probably bigger.
Well, we'd gone on holiday a couple of years ago, and we'd gone in this chippy in the town centre, and we just sat at a table near the window because we couldn't be out walking about. And the seagull come in. When you just see some out of the corner of your eye, I thought it was a dog. And then the seagull is this was nearly 2 foot. It's massive.
They're huge and mean.
Yeah, and they don't care.
No, they don't. They have no fear of people. They just they associate people with food.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Bigfoot
That's what it was like
on the show scene.
There was that many of them. It was like Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't get many around here. There's not much call for them in Northampton, but you never know. Right. So, would you like to know Tommy's story?
Definitely not.
This is like the ultimate icing on the cake. I was going to try and get him on, but we've just not had time to do one in the afternoon. So, Tommy, for people that don't know, is a Leyton Orient fan, right? With soccer, football. Okay. And they've got a big game against Man City for one of the cup matches. I don't know which one it is. And Tommy really wanted to go. Him and his brother are season ticket holders. Now, this is where the irony kicks in. It's also his daughter's birthday. So guess who's not going to the football match? Because he has to. He has to go to a birthday party.
Oh, jeez.
I went, can you not take your daughter to the game? She hates football. I went, just buy her a ticket and see how she goes. And she'll never speak to me again, and neither will the wife.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, he deserves that,
though. Yeah, for all the crap that he puts us through and laughs at us. And I know he's going to be watching this because he's going to be watching it in work. So,
hi, Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy's mom.
Bonjour, Sue.
Yeah, bonjour.
In France, you got to say bonjour.
Yeah.
So
sure
that's so that's Tommy's. This is why he's the king of the birthday parties, because he goes to that many. He now cannot not go to them.
Do you want to see what I got for my birthday today? Ready? You're gonna like it. Look at this. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's cool.
Ghost.
It's pink
Flask.
ghost. It's a cup, otherwise known as a cup. It doesn't have to hold alcohol.
Oh, but does it?
It
of
could.
course it does. Of course it does.
It could.
Yes.
It will at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, and quick update on Gettysburg. I now have my visa for the US. It's only the 2-year one, the ESTA one, the electronic one, but I've got that. So basically, all I've got to do now is get my flight, and it's all good. So we're all going to Gettysburg on the 23rd to the 28th, thereabouts. And there's about 20,000 people meeting up. So if you're up for it, Liam, you are more than welcome to join us.
When's everybody's going to be there?
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
When?
July. Third week of July.
That will be a no-go for me on this year, sadly.
Oh. You've not got a birthday party, have you?
My birthday is in July.
There you go. Go to Gettysburg for your birthday.
Yeah. Tommy might pop up. I'm flying out the 23rd.
Oh, my birthday's 13th.
Oh, 23rd, 24th, I'm going to fly out, depending. I'm waiting to hear back from somebody. No names, Nicole.
I told you, I will find a way to get you no matter what. Just work it out.
Right, I'll get the flight and I'll just stand at the airport and wait. Yeah?
No, I will work it out. I will go pick you up.
Right. No, that's right. Yeah, cool. Right.
Yeah.
I just need to get my flight then started. Right. So there's quite a few people that are coming to Gettysburg. A lot of the guests that have been on are going to be coming over.
Yeah.
Coming over. They already live there.
Coming to Gettysburg, though.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Right. Anyway, enough of us and everything else. We need to talk about Liam. So,
yes,
the podcast. So you do the podcast. Is it with Billy?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you two know each other, and how did you start the podcast?
So me and Billy, we met. Oh God, it's got to be how long now? It's nearly 10 years ago. We used to work together. So my day job is I'm a chef. So I used to work with his friend, and then Billy came into the kitchen to work with us. I think he lasted about 2 weeks before we had enough. We had him doing all sorts of stuff. We had him like going to find cod legs, pork wings, chopping flour, everything.
All the made up stuff.
Yeah. You have to. That's how you start.
Oh,
yeah. He hated it. But we got on, so we always kept in touch. Not as much, but every so often we'd speak. And then I always wanted to start a podcast, and I know Billy had done a lot of YouTube stuff. And originally it started with us doing a football podcast. So I randomly messaged him one day out of the blue. We hadn't spoke for probably about 3 or 4 months. I just randomly messaged him saying, "Billy, do you still like football?" And I look back now and I'm like, why the hell did I ask him that? What a stupid question.
So how did the football podcast go?
Well, we just talk about all the games that happened over the weekend, but then it was
Yeah.
like impossible to do because it meant trying to watch as many games as we can, watch every single highlight we can. Because Billy's a Spurs fan, I'm a Middlesbrough fan, so he's Premier League, I was Championship, so we were trying to
Yeah.
cover 2 leagues as well over a weekend, whilst both working full-time jobs over the weekend.
Yeah.
So it was hard work. So then in the end, we just said, like, this ain't doable because there was that many times where we literally didn't have time to do it, and it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I think it was after one day we'd recorded of one of the football ones, and then we ended up having like an hour argument about if ghosts are real or not. And then we just started saying, like, we should have recorded that.
Yeah.
And
Do you
that was
know
basically
what? I always find some of the best conversations are probably the best podcasts.
Yeah.
You just don't think of recording it.
Definitely.
I know I've missed out on so much that I could have put on the podcast. It's terrible. So
you know what? The best conversations happen before you go live on the podcast too, or after it ends. God damn it! Why weren't we live?
But do you know what I'm thinking of doing with that? Is just hitting record, not telling the guest, and just doing it. Then partway through, do the intro.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I mean, it could get people in trouble, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose. But
no, that's usually the shit talking podcast.
Yeah.
Before we go live.
Yeah, we need to do that one. Yeah, it won't be going out on YouTube. It'll be going out under pseudonyms on a podcast, and I'm going to be changing my voice and everything. It's not worth it, honestly.
No.
But they are good conversations, as you probably know anyway. So, right. So, from football, did you then jump straight into the paranormal?
Sort of, yeah. So Billy's always been massively into it, and like you say, he's done a few investigations before we started this as well. So he has all his ghost hunting equipment, REM pods, cat balls, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then so we had a big argument about that, and then I asked him about aliens, and weirdly at the time he said he didn't believe in aliens, which I was like, you're fucking weird.
Yeah, a little bit. Usually, if you believe in one, you believe in the other.
Yeah, exactly.
But saying that though, so I got a phone upgrade yesterday, but I didn't get the SIM card with it, so I had to go to the free store to get a new SIM. Anyway, so I'm chatting to the guy. He goes, "Oh, I like the tattoo on your hand, like the one of the UFOs and that." So we just started talking about that. So I explained about the YouTube channel. He subscribed to it. I'm not going to give his name, and then he proceeded to tell me about an encounter that him and his mate had had. They'd been out one night and they ended up with an hour and a half of missing time. He's saying like it should have took him, he was cutting through this woods, it should have took him like 10-15 minutes. And he went an hour and a half missing, went, been abducted, missing time. I just come out and said it straight to him. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought. I went, 100% you've been abducted. And he subscribed to the channel, and fingers crossed he's watching now. So he sorted my phone out, so thank you, Mr. Freeman. I'm very pleased. So yeah, but same sort of thing. It was one of those that he's not really into the ghost side of it, but aliens and all that, he's 100% like bought by it.
Yeah, well, that was where the idea came from. So Billy was more believed more in the ghost side of things, and I believed more in the alien side of things. So originally, Billy had the idea of doing it where we sort of like convince each other about things, and I was like, it's a good idea, but it's very limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but do you? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say, and then I come up with the name Let's Talk About, and I was like, well, we can just, like I said, the idea at first was for it just to be something sort of different every week. Which I've now learned is not a good idea. But that's why randomly our third ever episode was all about Greek history and mythology and stuff, which I suppose you can sort of say is almost in line with paranormal stuff and aliens and whatever.
Yeah, because it's ancient civilization, so it's
exactly. So it's sort of it's
down the same route. So yeah. So with you saying about you're not, neither of you both fully taken on everything across the paranormal board. If you had to pick one thing that you think, nah, that's 100% BS, I'm not buying that no matter what. Even if you show me evidence, I'm still not going to take it. What would be your genre?
Wow, with ghosts and aliens.
Anything in the paranormal. Absolutely anything. This
Big
is a new
cats walking
question.
around the UK.
Shush.
That's a hard question. That's a very hard question.
If you just one thing that is not convincing you that it's real, there's not enough evidence, there's too much fakery behind it. Anything.
I mean, but I suppose the easy thing to say is then is like photos of ghosts because they are too easy to fake, sort of thing. But for something a bit more like physical sort of thing is as much as I love the idea of it, I do struggle with like demonic possession.
Right.
I struggle to like fully believe that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But then I get it from the other side, like if someone's possessed and then it's like a hitchhiker and it takes over and they're like hosting that body. But I've never witnessed it. You see it on films and videos. I've got rid of TikTok again. It's doing my head in. I'm sticking to. I've moved from TikTok to Instagram. It's a lot better on Instagram, as you probably know, with 1,000 reels that I've been sending out all day, every day.
I've noticed. Andy's on Instagram.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff on there that's like, yeah, but why would somebody fake that? Going through all them emotions. I'm not saying I'm not going either way. I'm on the fence with this.
Yeah,
It's like, why would they fake all this stuff that's going on, like the movie The Exorcist? It's literally that, just for ratings or views or whatever.
Mental illness.
Yeah. But then, because a lot of it looks like old video footage, I can do that with this. It's just a filter. There's like 4 or 5 filters that you can use, and it makes it look like it's 40, 50 years old. It's easy to do. So it's not that. But then it's like Nicole's mate. What's he called?
Ooh.
But was she there?
Oh, Brian.
Yeah, Brian's Kale. Yeah. It's one of, but was you there? Unless you're there to witness it, it's difficult to say yeah or nay in it, really.
Yeah.
So
you'll never really know.
No.
So what do you do like in those things though? Do you treat it like it's real or do you treat it like it's not real?
Yeah. And that's what I struggle with, to be honest. I mean, one of our very early episodes, like the first 15, I think, we was we've done the case about Annalise Michelle, obviously, which is the true story of the exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
Which, like I say, I mean, there's a lot of background to that, obviously, with all the court case and everything to do with it, and obviously all the doctors out saying she was just mentally ill and stuff. Because that I like that one because that's the one where I'm very unsure.
Yeah.
Because there's been ones before where obviously it's turned out just to be mental illness, and then obviously once they've had treatment and stuff, they've gone back to normal. She had all sorts of treatments and everything, and nothing worked.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like with the mental illness, it's like maybe that mental illness is caused by some kind of negative possession. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't know. It's just a possibility. But it's like you're saying, like these movies and that, and it always says based on a true story. But that could be anything from there was a family of that surname that lived in that part of that town, and that could be it, and the rest of it's all made up. So it could be from as little as that to literally every single thing that happens in the movie is what happened in real life. So it being said based on a true story could mean absolutely anything.
Yes.
So that's not, I don't think, very feasible to use as proof, really. But we don't know because I'm not there.
Well, that's like the film The Haunting in Connecticut. That's like if you look up the actual case of that, it's nothing like the film. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, a
And
few people have said
it
that.
was a bad film as well.
Yeah. But
So,
in cases like that, even when it is mental illness or something, that's still their experience.
Mm.
They believe they're possessed or whatever. So then we get into the whole subjective reality thing.
Yeah.
but then will go into like DMT and hallucinogenics and that. Is there something in their body that's creating creating these different chemicals that are having a different effect on them than they would anybody else, and making them hallucinate and believe that what's happening is real?
Mm.
Yeah, because Sweetly Morbid Bears just put like Alzheimer's and dementia and that.
Mm.
A lot of the time with dementia, they go back to a time where everything was normal and nice, and it's like they supposedly go back to a place where they was happy, and it's like the best part of their life, and they see that they fit. I don't know. In their mind's eye, they see where they used to live and the people around them. So the people that are looking at are not the people that are there, and yeah, it's just you can fill the gaps, can't you?
Yeah.
But it's the same sort of thing. They're living that. It's like when we spoke about having like mind altering drugs and that, and you go into an alternate reality. Just because it's not physical doesn't mean to say it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it's proven it. You can't prove a non-physical thing is going on because no one else can see inside your head.
It's a good point. And someone's commented there saying about when people who are apparently possessed speak in foreign languages that they don't know.
Yes, they use what did it call? Summit tongue, where it's no known language. It's like old, like ancient languages that have this is what they think that have stopped using, but some people can decipher some of it, like these that have studied it for years. Yes, speaking tongues. That's it.
But I'm sure. I mean, I don't know whether it's true or not. But I'm sure I've seen a thing before that, like, if you have brain surgery, you stimulate a certain part of the brain, you can speak another language. I don't know whether that's true, but something that was funny that I seen on Facebook a couple of weeks ago was some woman. I think she was in Australia. She woke up one day and all of a sudden now she speaks with a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
Like she can't help it. She just woke up one day and obviously something's happened in her brain where she now speaks with a Chinese accent. Obviously, I'm not going to do it because that'd be terrible.
Yes.
But,
yes.
Like, seeing the video of it was bizarre as hell.
But you are allowed to do Texan accents.
Are you going to do one?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not either.
But then it brings up the idea of collective consciousness. Like, can you speak this language because it's out there in the universe somehow and you can tap into that? Because otherwise, how would you do it if you never knew that language?
But then you've had people that have like had head injuries and then they've gone into a coma and they've come out. They speak completely different. It's like the guy that started speaking Italian, this French, this Indian, like Hindu, all these, and they wouldn't know any of the words. So how would they be able to do phrases and sentences? I don't know if they could write anything down. I didn't look that deep into it, but they've been able to speak fluently in all these different languages. So there must be something in, like you said, like a collective conscious that we're all linked to. Otherwise, like you said, how would it be possible?
Yeah. No idea.
I don't know.
Because even if it's something that you used to know, then maybe you could tap into it. But if you never knew it, then how would you just suddenly acquire a language?
Exactly. It just don't make sense. I struggle with English, so I ain't going to try another language, am I? It's madness. But just to quickly, I know I always say it. So I've been speaking to Albert Rosales today. If anyone would like to Google any of Albert's books, and look at the symbol he uses in the bottom of the spine,
Mm-hmm.
and then think back to the symbol. I'll just show you. So that's a symbol from the car wash guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Make a mental note of that. There's a symbol on the bottom of his books.
Did he not realize this before?
No, because he messaged me today and he's like, check out the logo on my defunct publishing code. Some guy sent the images of the books he had. Just notice. So some guy said, well, I've got your books, blah, blah, blah. The car guy is probably legit, but the logo is very unusual. So it's very. So Albert was on the other week and this symbol, and he was all like doing symbolism and that, and it just all went dark and mysterious and what have you. And now the guy calling card on his business card, yeah, his symbol is very much the same as the symbol on Albert Rosali's books that he's written and published. And it's all weird and creepy. And I'm glad I don't live in Florida.
So if people can be possessed by evil spirits, would it make sense that they can be possessed by angelic spirits?
Possibly.
I'm not acknowledging the Kanye is Jesus part.
No, he's definitely not.
No.
Well, like Jesus Christ, what's going on? Well, yeah, not actually
Did you
Jesus.
see his wife at the Grammys?
Who? Kanye?
Kanye.
Well,
Yeah,
he
you
got
saw
married.
everything of it.
She.
Oh, well, say
was
he married
naked.
again.
I don't know. It's his girlfriend or his wife. I don't know.
Oh.
But she was naked. She had like a sheer dress on.
No, I'll have to go back and watch it. No, I'm only silly. No, I don't watch TV. Just don't have time. But Granddad's of 12 just put Jimmy Church had on Fade to Black Radio had a guy who was a victim of a bar fight. Sorry, I thought it said bear fight. Bar fight. I was more excited when he said that. Yeah, he was in a coma state, woke up as a genius. Maybe as a book teaches. So maybe it's triggered a different part of his brain that wasn't using before, and the part that he was using is gone. Yeah.
Well, that's almost like as if we're born and we know everything, and then we learn things to unlock it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you've got all these different parts of knowledge, and it's all you just need that key to open it up.
I don't know.
It is very interesting.
Video games.
Well, there's two options of this. You either walk around banging your head and see what happens, or just don't do anything and see what happens.
Well, like I say, I'm quite tall. I've banged my head a lot, and I'm definitely not a genius. So,
snap.
You're not banging it in the right spot.
No.
Try to hit your head in different places every time.
Seagulls. You need to let them attack you. Yeah,
my
right.
God.
So this is it. We've gone full circle. Think about it, right? So we're talking about head injuries and that. These seagulls were attacking him. If you'd have stayed on the roof, right? This is going to go a bit dark, bit quick. But if these seagulls attacked you, multiple things could have. I've got two in my head. They would have like proper pecked at your head and like knocked you unconscious of that. Or would have knocked you. Oh no, not going that dark. Or they'd have knocked you off the top of the warehouse. You'd have hit the floor. You'd have banged your head. Been in a coma for a few days. When you woke up, Einstein.
To be honest, I'd probably take that. I've not slept well for ages.
This really has the start of like a Florida man story. Like Florida man attacked by seagulls, wakes up genius.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Well, why not? We can create our own headline now.
Headlines through head injuries.
Yeah. I went dark, but I decided to ruin it. Could have blinded him as well.
And Tommy could have locked him in the cupboard.
Yeah. They could have ripped his spleen out and everything and let him bleed to death internally. You never know.
You're gonna get a
But-
strike on YouTube.
I don't care. Well, I do care. Sorry, I do care.
Appease the
Yeah.
YouTube god.
There we go. A concussion might be on my schedule tonight. Yeah, imagine. The ultimate. I can't come into work tomorrow, but you don't physically have to tell them. Because if you get a head injury and you become somebody else, you won't know where you used to work. So you can kind of go, hey, well, it won't matter. Genius. I've definitely banged my head in the right place.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. But anyway, right. So, we've got 10 minutes of first half left.
Mm-hmm.
What was your... I hate this question, but I need to ask it. What was your first biggie paranormal encounter? Like the one that shook you?
Well, I mean, the first one I'll tell, the very first one I will tell you because it's quite strange anyway.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids do it. So basically, when I was like up until I was like 5, from when I started talking, I used to sit in my bedroom and just have conversations with people who weren't there. Apparently, I half remember doing it, but I don't remember actually having any of the conversations.
Right.
Weird.
We're all back.
She's back.
I just weird.
Ish. So I just keep talking. That's right.
Yeah.
Shh, don't talk about her. She's back.
Then the main one that really freaked me out, but I don't even know if you could say it was paranormal. So it was the first time I was left on my own at my mum and dad's house overnight.
Yeah.
With the house to myself. And when I lived at my mum and dad's house, it was always a thing that there was always a key left in the door all the time. And the door only ever got locked when everyone went to bed. Don't know why it was weird. I know some people lock the doors as soon as they go in the house. But we never did. So then I'd been out with my friends. I think I'd been somewhere, come home. I don't know, had a shower or something, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the shop. So then I go to open the door, and it's locked. But my key isn't in the door either.
Oh.
Exactly.
Weird.
So then I'm freaking out, thinking, hang on, I never locked the door. Yeah.
There's only you there.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's no way this door should be locked. But then my key was in my bedroom upstairs.
Hmm.
And you definitely didn't lock it.
I have no memory at all of locking it. And like I say, even like overnight, the key never came out of the door. It stayed in the door. Like never ever did the door get locked from the inside and then the key was taken out. It was always just left in the lock.
That's strange.
And that freaked me out something mad. That I was on my phone. I was on the phone to like uncles, aunties, and everything. I'm like, there's someone in here with me, and they come round and help me.
Nice.
Literally, had people come around checking wardrobes and everything with me.
Yeah. So, have you had any fairy encounters at that house? Like anything that you can think maybe fairy related?
No, not that I can think of. No.
Interesting.
Any cryptid encounters?
No, definitely not in there. The other really weird thing that ever happened living at my mum and dad's house was the first time I ever had sleep paralysis, which I've told Tommy about twice now.
Yeah.
Because that was very weird. Because it wasn't the usual.
Right. Did it feel like there's someone there pinning you down, or
No, that's the weird part.
Right.
Exactly. So, well, I say I'm calling it sleep paralysis because when it happened, I couldn't move.
See, I used to do sleep paralysis. This is where he's going. He's a fucking proper weirdo. So I used to be able to go to sleep. Obviously, I can go to sleep. So I'd go to sleep, and as I'm drifting off, I'd wake myself up. But I'd do it, and it's like I couldn't move. And I knew it's that half in between sleep and awake. My eyes were open. I could look round. Couldn't move only like my eyes. and gradually I could start moving different parts of my body once my body started to ache. But I used to do it like a minute later I'll do the same and just keep doing it and doing it. And I used to be able to do that all the time. Haven't got a clue how to do it now. And I was probably in my late teens, early 20s. So
That's like being able to lucid dream yourself into sleep paralysis. That's odd.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I was doing. So,
were you doing it consciously then? Did you know you were doing that?
Yeah. I was purposely doing it.
Yeah.
I did it once and I thought, oh, let's see if I can keep doing this. And I used
Why?
to do it.
Thank you. That was
It's my fucking nut job. Just because I could, it is like a new party trick. So I'd lay there, go to sleep, and I'd be like, and then like my shoulders would move, and then my leg, and then be able to sit up, then lie back down and just do it again. Just entertainment for a couple of hours, isn't it?
You need better shows on TV then.
This was mid-afternoon. The first time I did it, I'd actually confession time. When it was my first driving job that I had, it was before mobile phones and all that. So I used to finish. I'd go home for like 2-3 hours before I needed to go back to. They don't know where you are, what you're doing. There's no GPS, no trackers, nothing. So I'd go home for a couple of hours, get some sleep, and then go back to work. So I used to do it in the afternoon when I was asleep.
Hey, do you want to hang out, Andy? Can't. Sorry, giving myself sleep paralysis.
Yeah, but I was getting paid for it, so it don't matter. So, yeah.
Oh, Simon's calling you out, though. He said now you just snore loudly.
I don't snore. I don't even sleep now. So that's definitely
Simon
not true.
would know from that night in the hotel room.
That sounds so dodgy. It's separate. Hey, wait, even one. That is 2 different hotels on 2 different occasions. So, yeah. I probably do snore, but I'm asleep, so I don't care. That night, yeah. It was that night.
That night.
Yeah. Right. So we're going to go for a break. How long do you want?
I don't mind. I'm easy.
Do a few minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we do... we'll do Darren's music. We'll play that. And then we will see you in 5 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Cool. And I'll try and put the countdown on at the end if you can remember.
All right.
So bear with me, and we'll see you guys in 5 minutes-ish. And we are back.
We are back.
Now, was that better with the countdown?
Yeah. I knew when we were
Thank
coming
you.
back. I was not surprised.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. Baby was complaining that his music sounded warped, but I think it was fine. I think we might have to boot him. Yeah, I think we might have to boot him if he complains again.
Don't
What do you
complain
reckon? No complaining allowed. Right. So, Liam.
Yes.
So with the change of name for the podcast, is that because you're just doing paranormal, or was it like you just wasn't happy with the name that you had?
No, well, I mean, we were both happy with the name. We thought it was a good name, but considering because we've done the first 2 episodes and we got like a lot of good, nice feedback and everything from it, and we got quite a few followers straight off the bat on the Instagram page and everything. We sort of felt like, oh, we'll do a few more of these, seeing this because obviously people seem to be liking it. So, and then we just sort of stuck with. We've just been stuck. I say stuck with it, like we don't want to do it. We love doing it, but so we've just stayed with it. And then, I mean, I was thinking to me because I obviously speak to a lot of other people podcasts. Obviously, Tommy being one of them.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I'm going to Google everyone's podcast name, and straight away their podcast comes up. It's like the first result when you Google it, and then I tried ours, and it was like 10th page before it comes up.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like that's what I mean. So then I thought, right, well, we need to get something in there that actually says what we do.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I can't stay recording in my spare bedroom. So I was like, right, we're gonna build a shed in my garden.
Yeah.
Which, as you can probably tell, isn't done yet because I'm still in the spare room. But yeah, that's in the process of being built.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, what word can go with shed? So then I just thought spooky. So yeah.
I like it.
And are you sticking with that? I like it as well.
Yeah. We're sticking with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have to have just spent £600 on the shed. I have to.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
And it's cool that there's actually a spooky shed. It's not just like a podcast name, it's a place.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a place, definitely.
Right. Are you going to get like haunted dolls and haunted objects and put them in and around?
Well, physically, I don't know yet. But what we are doing now, so when we have guests on, we get them to leave something in the shed. So it can be anything. It can be like a person, a feeling, a thing, anything. So yeah, and we do. And one guest has left their resident ghost of their house in the shed. So we do have a ghost in there, theoretically.
Do you want mine? You can have my resident ghost. He can live in your shed.
Yeah, we'll save that for when you come on the podcast. Then you can both leave something in there. Then
I'll just send him over.
Yeah, I'll send half a big cat if you want. half a big cat and half Anubis. There you go.
And you remind me at some point. I gotta tell you what happened the other day with my ghost.
Oh yeah. Well, I could leave Tommy's devil dog from the woods near his house that he keeps going on about because he wants us to go. I'm going to go down this year and meet up with him, and he wants us to go camping in the shed in the woods. And I'm like, yeah, I'm up for it. But then the more I think about it, the more I'm not up for it. The more I'm not up for it.
He told me about this the other day because he asked me if I'd do it, and I said, yeah, I would.
Should we all meet up then?
I'd do it.
I want to come.
Get a passport. Pick you up from the airport.
I'm going to. Okay.
It's like
I'm
the
coming.
airport. It's like no more than like the nearest airport is like 30 minutes away from me. And then it's not like America where you got to drive for 3 days just to go to a shop.
You don't. It's not that bad.
Yeah, come over.
Like 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, not 3. Yeah, we can all meet up. I definitely need to go. I've got a pop-up tent. I'm just going to go dowsing rods, pendulum, torch, like bare basics, and then just go from there.
Oh. The fish cheese spread knows a dude in Pennsylvania that owns a very old stone church that has a cemetery that he turned into a house.
Oh.
We're going to be in Pennsylvania.
It's a big place, though.
Yeah.
See, I nearly booked a hotel between the mountains in Chelmsford, between the Southern Mountains and some other mountains. And I zoomed out. I'm like, I'm in the mountains. I'm not staying there. So just stick to where I am. But we need to go to the Devil Dog Woods.
Yeah, like I said, I'd be well up for that because it's like I said to Tommy because he said about camping and I'm like, yes, we can call it camping. We'll take a tent, but let's be honest, nobody's going to go to sleep either.
No, we're just going to be sat like
waiting for something to happen.
Waiting for the dog.
Yeah, get sober. If he's not working, he'll be up for it. Simon will come down. Anyone else? Any more people we could invite?
It's in Eastern PA.
Northeast. We're going to be northeast, aren't we? Gettysburg.
You're asking the wrong person for directions.
You live there.
I don't live in Gettysburg.
Well, it's near enough. Nearer than I am. See?
No, Gettysburg is like southern Pennsylvania.
Oh,
it's all the way at the bottom. All the way at the bottom.
Oh, not good. Not good. Right, we've got a question for Liam. So this is from Granzier12, and he's asking, what paranormal media in the past helped Liam in his journey to where he is now in search of ancient aliens, Monsters Quest, other? So what, like TV shows? Is there anything that you was like got your hooks into it?
Google, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, one website that I use a lot because we have sort of, it's like a mini like a sub series of what we do. So a lot of the episodes that I do that I like to do is, so it's like the top 10 most places in, I don't know, like London, Manchester, wherever sort of
Yeah.
thing. So we actually recorded one the other day. So our next episode is the most haunted hotels in the UK. So I love doing them, and I use a website. It's called hauntedrooms.com. So like I said, I get a lot of stuff from there, but I keep going on it because they do like ghost hunts and everything. So you can actually book through them to go to all these places and do like paranormal investigations and stuff. So I really want to do that one time.
Yeah. There's actually a place called the World's End near me that's haunted. Don't go for food there. It's shocking, but it's supposed to be haunted. We went for food and we got up and walked out because it was fucking awful. But yeah. But this is it's an old, looks like it used to be an old farmhouse, and it's like a stone barn and that's been converted into this pub. So it's probably about 2 miles from where I live. So it's not that far. I pass it every day going to work.
Yeah.
And when I drive past in the morning, it's dark. I look through the windows, but never say anything. So,
because like I say, every pub here is haunted. I don't know a pub that isn't haunted.
Yeah.
Even though I work.
Yeah, full of spirits.
Exactly.
So where's the most haunted place you believe that you've been to?
The most haunted place that I've been to, well, given recent experiences, it has to be Kirkleven Woods near where I live.
Right.
So we done it's where we done our first and sadly so far only paranormal investigation. There is a YouTube video out for it.
Yeah.
Be on our Instagram page somewhere. So we decided to go there. Do you want me to do the full story of it, or?
Yeah.
So we decided to go there because Billy's been there before. That's where it's where he tested out a lot of all his ghost hunting equipment that he has. So, and he decided he wanted to do it again, and I was like, right, that's fair enough. But when he'd done it before, he went during the day, and that's when he wanted to do it again. I was like, no, if we're doing it properly, you've got to do it in the dark. So it's scary,
right.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. So we went there. It was about 8 o'clock, 8:30 by the time we got there, and then parked the car up. Went to go into the usual place the place where we wanted to go into, but there was all big no entry signs now, so. We had to climb over a fence, which was fun. And within about, we must have got about 20, 30 yards into the woods. And then we come to the old abandoned house that's in there. I think it was like an old caretaker's house. So Kirkleven, where it is, where the woods is, originally it was like a big estate for someone of importance many, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And so we come to this house. And straight away, I started to feel weird. I felt sick. I felt horrible. Weirdest feelings ever. And Billy said he didn't want to do any sort of like investigating near there because he said it was too near the main road. And given that there's only one house actually in Kirkleven, I was like, it's not going to be very busy, mate. But fair enough. You're the expert out between me and you. He's the expert in ghost hunting. So I was like, right, you lead the way. So. He wanted to go to where there's some old stables there. So he was like, right, we'll go there because that's where I went before. And he said he got a lot of activity there. So I was like, right, that's fine by me. Even better. So we both spent a lot of time in them woods, like I say, especially as kids and that. So we pretty know our way around pretty well. Mm-hmm. So we go the way we should be going, at least in our heads. And then we come to what is the old hospital there. And by now it's probably about 9:15, 9 o'clock at the latest. Yeah. And there's lights on in there. Like the windows are boarded up, but you can see light coming around them.
Yeah. So
we were like, what the hell's going on in there? Now, I don't know if there's like work going on in there or, they've left lights on to try and prevent, to prevent people from breaking in. I don't know, but it definitely looked creepy.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
Did you not try and get in?
No, sod that.
No.
No way. No way. I went to be fair, around there, there's big metal fences as well, and it was hard enough for me to climb over a 4-foot fence. Never mind a fucking 6-foot one.
Yeah.
I'd be more afraid of the living, like that there was an actual person who was alive in that building than
Yeah, exactly.
or anything.
Yeah, it could have been a crack den or anything, couldn't it?
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's lights on in an abandoned building in the UK, it's either a meth lab or a crack den. It's it's never ever going to be anything else, is it? Really?
No, not really.
So, what's the worst place you've been to? You've gone and you thought, this is a load of crap. I'm never doing this again.
I don't know really. That's hard to say.
Oh, you've gone. Let me rephrase it. You've gone. It's not been what you expected. And whether it's a private organisation or like a public event or anything like that, but you've gone there and it's just, you don't have to name names or anything, but it's like it just wasn't what it was being lived up to.
Yes, call them out by name right now. This place is full of crap.
Oh, you can do that.
It's hard to say because we haven't gone to a lot of well-known places. Because I mean, like I say, we're right up north, so it's hard to.
Yeah.
Like where we are, it's a very small town, so we're like an hour away from like Newcastle, basically. So
right.
It's hard to find places. There's one place in the next town from us that we've emailed, or Billy's emailed them about 6 or 7 times, and then they finally got back to him. Well, bad news that they're not allowed to go in there apparently, which is annoying. But there's always been stories of stuff that's gone on in there.
Yeah.
But now the owners are not letting people in, so that's a shame. But I don't know, like I said, the worst place is really hard to say because we've not been to that many places, especially together.
Yeah. So
but it's also really subjective because, like, I've gone to places that are crazy haunted and have a ton of activity one night, and then the next night there's nothing.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Yeah. Just being in the right place at the right time, innit?
Exactly.
It's like me with the cemetery up here. It's like I can go nothing, get nothing, and then I'll go another time, and it's like constant one thing after the other.
Yeah.
I've not been for 6 months.
French guy misses you.
And we went to the chippy and got a bag of fries, not chips, proper potato chips, like
chips, the chips,
fries.
not fries, chips.
Yeah, and we parked up in the cemetery and ate them. But we locked the doors and I weren't getting out because it was too creepy. But I parked up as near to the bench as I could so I could see, but nothing going on.
I had a picnic in a cemetery. Just went there.
Now that is weird.
That just sounds really sad.
Yeah. Well, she didn't say there's a funeral at the side and they're like, what is she doing?
So we've investigated cemeteries a couple times, and I always worry that there's going to be a funeral or something, and we're going around with like our BB like gadgets, and they're all mourning, So I have to be careful. I have to watch out for that.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
Not if you get
that. So where would you want to go if you got to choose anywhere? Money not an option, travel not an option, nothing to worry about. You can go anywhere you wanted.
What are we talking haunted or anything?
Anything you want, as long as it's paranormal related. You can't go say like Blue Shift put Disneyland. It's not like a theme park question.
Disneyland is haunted, so.
True. But no, I don't like roller coasters, so I'm not going Disneyland.
Nah.
They'd scare me more than the ghosts. I don't know. I'd love to. I'd love to. I'm more into the alien places. So, like I said, I'd like to go to like Rendlesham Forest. I'd like to go to Area 51.
Come to Rendlesham. I know my way around there now.
I want to go to Skinwalker Ranch or something.
Yeah.
Roswell. You want to go to Roswell?
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything going on there still?
I don't know. I personally, I think a lot of that was played up just to get more business into the town.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it's trying to be now.
Well, from my research with Roswell, the town was pretty much like on its ass at the time, and then now, like I said, they still get tourists just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's true.
you know, you've got to milk it a little bit if that's the case.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Oh, I'm just gonna copy him. Oh, can I copy and paste this?
Where are we?
No.
Is that
I'll show-
is that Albert's address?
Yeah. If you want to go and wash your car, there it is. So this is the church that's been converted to a party house in Pennsylvania.
Are we supposed to be giving people's addresses out on here?
Well, if Albert Rosales says we can do it, then it's fine. So I'm just going to go with that. Check it out. Don't harass him. He may or may not own it anymore. I don't know. So don't tell him I give you the address.
I saw your address on a podcast, and I had to come.
Yeah, it'll be safe. No one watches this, so it's all right.
I'm googling it now. You know.
Oh.
So I can
right.
I can see it's the
well,
street view.
I'll let you Google that. I'm going to ask Liam the question. So, the ultimate question is: if you had the opportunity to find out what the paranormal is and what it's about, and connect all the dots, and you personally, I don't mean everyone, but you will be told, right? Ghosts are this, aliens are this, shadow people, the whole from one end of the spectrum to the other. You'll be told exactly what it is, what it's about. Would you like to know?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because then I'd know, and then I could sleep better then.
But then you wouldn't be doing this anymore because you'd know it.
No, because I'd still be doing it.
But you couldn't, because you'd have to give everything away. Then they'd have to kill you.
I wouldn't. I can keep a secret.
Oh.
You can still talk about plenty of things. You can still go places and do investigations and stuff. But you know what everything's about.
Yeah, but then you'd know how to contact them. You'd know what tools and instruments work, what don't work.
Even better, I'll be the best at it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd want to know. Do you not think that the mystery of not knowing plays a big part in all this?
Nope.
Maybe.
I want to know.
Yes.
Maybe, but I do want to know still.
No, I don't know. I'm still. I don't want to know. I like the not knowing.
Well, so yeah, but so what about things like cryptids, like Loch Ness monster? Then, so would you want to know if that's real or not?
Yes.
If you could find out.
I do and I don't.
Would you want to know?
Yes and no. I'd like to know that it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to find out what it is, but I wouldn't like to know why it's there or anything like that. I'd only want to know part of it. Do you get what I mean? Because then there's still the enigma of still not 100% of what exactly is going on.
Right.
So Simon's put Liam could take up bird watching instead, owls and seagulls.
Not happening.
No.
So
no, it's just
in Pennsylvania is 2 hours and 15 minutes for me. It is on the way to my dad's house. I might have to make a pit stop.
Maybe it is your dad's house. Maybe he moved.
He didn't move to an old church. He would tell me.
Yeah. Just message him. Just say, do you live in an old church now by any chance? And do you know Albert Rosales?
Ooh, it's creepy. Do you want to see it? Do you want me to put it up? All right, hold on.
See, we could go here instead of Gettysburg.
No, we're going to Gettysburg. So that's the old church.
Oh,
and you can see the cemetery right next to it.
oh, yeah. I didn't see that. I thought, yeah, it just looks like an house, and then I seen the crosses on the door, and
Mhm.
then yeah. Imagine mowing that lawn.
There we go. Look at that. That's
Yeah, what
creepy.
have you
There's
got
like
in your
all these
backyard?
people
Oh,
under the
About-
porch.
yeah. What have you got in your backyard? About 80 bodies?
Right? You couldn't dig a
Yeah.
hole like you could dig up a person. If you
But
go
you
to the
couldn't-
right, you can see people in the yard party. Okay, let's see.
You couldn't have a pool put in, could you? Be like Amateurville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It still says like Trinity Cemetery right there.
Can you zoom in on that? It's nice, but it's also creepy as hell at the same time.
It is. It's pretty cool. And churches are haunted AF.
Yeah. So you might have to make a visit there.
It's like what, 2 hours from Gettysburg then? I think it's because Gettysburg is like 4 hours.
Well, if
Zoom in on the
Gettysburg
windows, see if there's anything in the windows.
yeah.
There's a person back there. You see the person?
Oh yeah. They're recovering.
I was going to say that they don't look well.
No,
Let's
they've
see.
either just been dug up or they feel like they've just been dug up.
This window's like boarded up here.
Yeah. I think if Gettysburg gets boring, there's a road trip there.
Yeah. That was pretty neat. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something.
Probably. You never know.
I don't know. Maybe they're doing DMT.
That's on the list as well.
Nice.
Gettysburg. Yes. Anyway, that's for Friday. So next question is from Og, our moderator, and she would like to know, what's your thoughts on the disclosure, Liam, as in UFO?
How do you mean?
So all the whistleblowers, with them coming out and saying what they're saying, do you think it's legit? Do you think they're being told what they can and can't say? Just your overall thought of what's really going on.
I don't know, because it's a strange one, isn't it? Because it's almost like the easy way to look at it is if, like, you know, people come out and they say all this, they reveal all these things, and then something happens to them, it almost proves the point. So then then they also know that, so it also makes them sort of like untouchable, so they can go and say what they want. If that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, but then are they told? Yeah, but if you say too much, then you're going to be untouchable because they're not going to find you.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Because like it's the whole Men in Black thing as well. Like there's so many things where people have come out and said stuff, wrote books and everything, and then they've had Men in Black suits turn up at the door.
Yeah.
But then you get people who just go on for ages and nothing ever seems to happen.
But then this is like Blue Shift just put, show us some alien tech, because they're not doing. They're showing us, like going back to Roswell, a weather balloon. And the bloke's like, yeah, this is what I found. Do you know what I mean?
But have they already showed us alien tech? Like, we don't know that it's alien tech, but we've already seen it.
Yeah, but we should be told, like, this is alien. This is tech that's not origin from Earth. That's what they need to be doing. That's what the disclosure should be. Because you all know that my thoughts are, they're not whistleblowers. They're all told what they can and can't say. What if they're a whistleblower? Why are they setting up a conference to talk about it? If they're a whistleblower, they'll have a private meeting with someone. This is what I know. We need to be quick. We're probably both going to die after this conversation, but you need to tell as many people as you can. That's a whistleblower. And
Yeah, it's like I said, but that's my point though with it. Like I say, if they do get killed afterwards, it almost proves them right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas
Yeah.
obviously, if they don't do anything, the government can just go, oh, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Well, we've
go,
had guests
yeah,
in the past who have said that that's kind of their protection, being so outspoken.
Yeah,
Because now
exactly.
if
That's what I was
anything
saying.
happens to them, it's going to prove them right.
Exactly. When with being so outspoken, it almost makes them untouchable.
Yep. Because people are just going to think you're crazy or they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but it's coming to the point now where the general public are starting to believe what's being said. So if they can dirty the water as much as they can, then they're gonna, because the idiots are going to believe whatever they're told, because that's what's happened from day one in history.
Mhm.
So I just don't buy it at all.
Yeah.
What, you don't believe what they're saying, or you just don't believe that they are whistleblowers?
I don't believe the whistleblowers. I believe it's like, right, you can talk about this, this, and this. Do not mention anything else. Anything else comes up, just either write the answer off or change the subject. Anything. Just do not answer that question. If you do, then it's going to be worst case scenario. Stick to the script. That's all you can say. We will have people in the audience asking appropriate questions that are also scripted to make it look like it's a real thing that's going, and then everyone's going to believe us because you are whistleblowers. It's a massive con. I just don't buy it. 0%, nothing. Maybe some of the stuff that they're saying could possibly be true, but same again. It's like when they say there are aliens. We've been told there are aliens walking among us, but we've been told that. But an alien, to me, could be someone from Australia, or China, or Japan, or America. That technically, anyone who's in a different country from where they're not from is alien.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So are they just doing that as what's it called? Like speak? Do you know what I mean? Just general speak. It's like that is what that word actually, like when we go into the wordsmiths, that is what that word means. Alien doesn't mean to say it's a Martian or a little green man or a little grey creature or anything like that. It just means something that's not from here.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't buy it. It's too convenient to be put out, and it's timed. So when it can go, like, we're going to be doing a disclosure at 4:00 on Tuesday. Shut up! They're not whistleblowers. Whistleblowers, some bloke on a park bench or in a pub, emptying all these deepest, darkest secrets from Area 51, and then it's going to get spread about, and you're going to try and go around and eliminate them people before it goes to the general public. That's a whistleblower. Look at that spy from the UK that ended up going living in France. Could be Tommy's mum. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's a guy called Michael. He used to work for MI6, and he went and blabbed his mouth. He can now not come back to the UK. That's a whistleblower.
It's one of Tommy's mom's friends.
Yeah, probably. He lives in the next village. But for me, that's a whistleblower.
Yes. Someone who has something to lose by coming forward.
Yeah, like his life in the country that he grew up in and worked in, and now he can never return.
Yeah.
So,
Sad.
yeah, that's it. That's my thought on it. You couldn't convince me. Like Blue said, unless they show us alien tech and prove it's not from here, then yeah, it'll perk my interest. But until then, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably why I don't have a massive opinion on it, is because like that's my thoughts. Just like until I see something, people can tell me this. People can tell me 100 things.
Yeah.
Like, but until you actually show me something, it's like it's just words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And also, like, they came out and they thought it was going to be this major deal, and nobody cared.
I know.
Because we already know. Like, we already know they're lying about stuff, so they came out and they're like, yeah, we've been lying. We're like, yeah, we know. Show us some cool shit.
Yeah, I watched the first 5 minutes of the first one. I thought, what a load of crap. Just turned it off. I've not watched any of the others since because they are just like me on air. They just repeat themselves every single time. It's like we know stuff. We've got information from these non-earthly beings, but we can't share any of it with you.
Mhm.
And things have happened. We're not allowed to discuss it. The end. That is basically what they've said.
Biologics. I want to see the non-human biologics. Show me a body.
Yeah. And they won't.
Nope.
Because they think it'll scare or cause mass hysteria with the public.
I don't know.
But saying that then contradicts itself again, because with the invisible enemy of 2020, that lasted for a few years, that caused mass hysteria, and it was a big control game that was going on. They can do that, so why can they now not show us what they really have in these underground vaults? That's disclosure.
Yeah. That's a good point, though. There, so Simon's put a silicon chip is alien tech to him. Still don't understand how they store information.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
That's true, though, because they're saying now, isn't it, like something like the like all the computers use, like to send the first rocket to the moon or something. Now there's more power in an iPhone than there was in them computers and stuff, and it's just like how.
Yeah, and they've lost the information they've lost the knowledge of how to get to the moon.
Yeah,
because they never went in the first place. But anyway, that's another story.
Wow. Or they couldn't tell us how we got to the moon. Maybe we called our buddies up and we're like, "Hey, can you like give us a ride up there?"
I think we have been, but we didn't go in a man-made rocket. It was through a portal, Stargate, black hole, whatever, wormhole, some sort of alien tech that we're not being told about.
I don't know.
There you go. So you keep going in circles, but the good circles, because it keeps coming back to what we're talking about. But like even with the silicon chip, if you just say yes, it is alien tech, we got given it, or we found it, or we stole it, whatever. Like, people will go, all right, fair enough. Next. No one will really care.
No.
So some people would care. Like I'd care because I'd want to know some things. I'd want to know who's giving it, where's it from.
Yeah, but that's what they're not. Curiosity. Yeah, but that's what they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
All they're going to say is, we've got this, we've got that, we can do this, we can do that. Well, how, where, why, when, and what? Well, we're not answering them because it's not. When people say what's their agenda is to not tell us anything and keep as much information from us as possible, and just tell us the little bits that they know that what we already know. Like Nicole said, like, well, we've been lying to you. Well, yeah, we all know that. You are the government. That's what you're good at. So
I'd rather have them disclose what the politicians are doing than what the aliens are doing.
Yep.
They ain't gonna do that.
Definitely not. I tell you what would be fun though, rather than seeing everything say made in China, like made on Mars. That'd be funny.
Oh yeah. Should we do that with the merchandise? Put a little ticket on it, made in Mars.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. That'd be good. Or made in the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Made on Mars.
Made on Mars.
Made in inner Earth is very clunky.
Made on Mars, distributed by inner Earth.
Yeah, that one. That was better.
That works. Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of inner Earth, what's your thoughts on inner Earth? We may as well go there, aren't we?
We always go there.
I don't really know. That's what I've not put a lot of thought into.
No.
Yeah, like I don't know.
How about Antarctica? Have you done a deep dive on Antarctica yet?
Well, not really. I know there's apparently pyramids there now.
I've got loads of reels. I will
Yeah.
bombard you with reels on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm.
There's so much, honestly. You'll be like, wow. Some of it's probably fake, but even the fake stuff is more believable than some of the stuff we're told anyway. So, yeah.
The fake stuff's fun sometimes, though.
Yeah. But the thing is with that, though, it opens your mind to think, but what if it is possible? And then you go down a different rabbit hole and it leads you to other stuff. So it is, even if it's fake, it's just like an alternate way of thinking. That's what I find from it.
Yeah.
So,
so it's like, what do you think with the inner Earth stuff then?
I think it's all legit, and I'd love to go. I think there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. There's ways of getting there. It's all been closed off by building military government facility buildings, because, as you know, as I've said from pretty much day one, the government can build a building or have a structure built wherever they want. So if they want to block off any of the entrances to inner Earth, build a government building. It's closed off to the general public. Only people with whatever access is required to get in to these buildings or through the doors can
Embassies, there you go. That's what they're for.
Oh, embassies, military bases, army bases, council buildings. Could be anything. Anything could be a cover. So they're building them all over the place. So that's it. Straight away, it's shut off to general civilians.
Yep. I don't know. I don't think there's like a crazy inner Earth, other realm kind of thing. But there's definitely tunnels. There's tunnels that military is used for different purposes. There's bunkers. There's underground bases.
Yeah.
But I don't think like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster are like hanging out.
What?
20 feet underground.
You've never been to the right inner Earth. Disneyland, aren't you?
Yeah. There's tunnels under Disney World.
Yeah, and there's the secret rooms as well, but that we're not even going there with that. That's like the P. Diddy of rooms.
The back rooms.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Watch the videos on that on Disneyland.
The back rooms are creepy.
Yeah. It's all weird stuff. And that's linked to Bohemian Grove as well, where they have the Owl Festival. It's not an owl. You'll be all right there. The Owl Festival thing at the back of Mount Rushmore.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. So Disney and that, I know they're linked. I can't remember what the link is, but I know Walt Disney was a big part of Bohemian Grove. So
leave Disney alone.
Yeah, but going back to Inner Earth, I think a lot of the access points to it have been covered by these installations around the world. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they're the ones where they can now keep control of what goes in and what comes out.
So are you thinking there's like a full-on like civilization there, or if it's more?
I think there are beings, creatures, human-like, animal-like that we're not supposed to know about that emerge from these places. Some escape, some are released. Whether it's Bigfoot, Dogman, Shadow People, the Ray, whatever it is, I don't know. But I think that has a lot to do with what's going on and what's being seen. I'm going to the point now where I'm not believing that these ETs and what have you are coming from different planets. I don't think it's planets as such. I think it's different realms. And to get to these different realms, we need to be looking closer to where we're living and not up at the sky. There's just too many things that are pointing to it being from here and not elsewhere.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong. Yeah, the water. You got thousands, hundreds of millions of miles of tunnels around the world that are all connected.
Mm.
You can get from England right over the way to like parts of Russia from the UK through these tunnel systems if you knew where you were going. So whether I've never been in them, I don't know, but whether the man-made, the natural could be a bit of both. I suppose hybrid tunnels, won't they? And then how far down do these tunnels go? I don't believe there's an inner Earth, as in. Sorry, 1 second. There's like underground cities and that. I think there might be what we've built, but I believe that there's a lot of things going on that are being kept from us. So yeah.
So when you say there, obviously, like you say, these government buildings and stuff, they're like ways in.
Yeah.
This is the type of questions that I ask, so you'll understand why.
Right.
So, do you think that it's like some sort of like portal thing to get into it, or do you think it is a big flight of stairs or a lift or an elevator or something?
I think it's you can physically just walk or get like these underground like in James Bond, where you have these underground shuttles where they go around the pool that are full of sharks and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of that sci-fi type base. I don't believe there could be portals that could take to different realms that run parallel to what's underground. But I am really coming away from the fact that outer space is a thing. Just the more different things that I watch, and it's not even the same people that are talking about it or interviewing and all that. And the more stuff that I read, that stuff that's been hidden from us. Because I was speaking to Brandon Thomas, and he sent me like a couple of books and what have you. And it's just when you start reading into them, it just changes your whole perspective of what you believe is really going on. It could just be my own. That's what I think it could be. And I'm 100% wrong. I haven't got a clue. But it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, with what you've said there, I changed my answer for what your earlier question, your ultimate question about if I'd want to know about everything.
Go on.
Okay.
I don't want to know now.
Why?
You converted him, Andy.
I'm not.
These conversations wouldn't be as fun because I'd just be sitting here knowing everything.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. I like the guessing, whether I'm right or wrong. Don't care if I'm right or wrong. It's the going down the rabbit holes, using parts of your brain that you wouldn't normally use to think of this sort of stuff on a general, like when you go to work. I'm not going to go to work tomorrow morning. Like, where do you think the nearest entrance is to inner Earth? Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to pick my sheet up and see where I'm going for the day.
Yeah.
Then load my van up and that's it. I'm done. But
God damn it, I lost one off my team.
But it's like inner Earth is my big thing now. I've gone inner Earth and outer space couldn't be any more far apart in how I'm right now than anything else. It's like either end of the spectrum. Yeah. Outer space, inner Earth, inner space, same thing. And I believe that whatever's going on is going on from here. Paranormal isn't paranormal. Paranormal is normal. It's always been going on. It's always been part of our everyday life. Some people are open to it. Some people aren't. Some just blatantly just don't want anything to do with it. So they're not having them occurrences. Whereas us that are open to it, like people in the chat and listening and watching back that have had all this weird shit that's gone on forever, that's just normal everyday life. Just because we've not been socially educated that that's what it is, and we've been told to ghosts are haunting you and trying to kill you, and the demons and trying to possess your body and all that kind of crap. It's not. That's just Hollywood. That's putting the fear factor into all of us to make us think that it's not normal everyday goings on. But I believe it is. And I think the more that we not believe, that's the wrong word. I feel that it is, and the more that the more people that are open to it and more open to it as an individual, it will become more and more of everyday goings on. Like when I see like that full body apparition that walked across in that water tower that's been converted to an house, I didn't sit there screaming, jump out the van and run off in the opposite direction. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then next time I went past, I took photos so I could work out what was what, and nothing made sense. Like, oh well, it's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we just, without being sounding shit or anything, I think we just all need to get used to it and take it in that this is what's going on.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. It's just, I'm becoming more skeptic of demons possessing houses and poltergeist and all that. And I'm not saying it doesn't go on. I'm more, what you believe is happening isn't quite what is really happening. You need to see it from whatever's causing it to happen from that point of view, and not, oh, it's a ghost, like a bloke in a bedsheet. Do you like the Scooby-Doo stuff?
Yeah.
You've got to move away from that, and you've got to look at it from the other dimension to see how they see us, and then I think it would just start making more sense to everyone.
You know, it makes sense if we just knew what was going on, and then you can get into the why.
I'd be bored, and I don't want to go bird watching. No offense.
You and Liam can go bird watching together.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
I think you're onto something there, though, with like Hollywood and stuff, and like how movies and everything depict everything now.
Yeah.
Because it just takes everything down a negative turn.
Yes. It's like, why they banging drawers in the kitchen? Why they walking up and downstairs? Yeah, some of it could be residual, because you get, I call it residual livings, where you hear noises as stuff happens because it's been played over that many times. It happens to living people, not just things that where someone's passed on. So not get rid of the residuals from the equation. Yeah, and you've got all this other stuff going. Maybe they're getting your attention. Maybe they're trying to tell you something. It's like there's watching a video of a guy who's cooking and his pants set on fire and his house is haunted, and this something kept happening, and it kept dragging him, like not physically but back to the kitchen. He was on the phone and chatting to his missus, and he's like, kitchen's ready for burning down, and whatever was going on at this haunting that's going on at the house was trying to tell him, you need to put the fire out. If I can find it, I'll send it to you both. It's on it's on TikTok, it's on Facebook and Instagram. But then it's sorry, I just reading some of the chat. But that it's just, that's where it's getting your attention for a particular reason. Some of it might just be someone arsing about. It's the sort of thing I'd do if I died. I'd be playing tricks on people. Yeah. I'm bored. You're gonna wind up now. Do you know? It's one of them, but not in a malicious way. In a I need to have a bit of fun kind of way.
Like an entertaining way,
Yeah, like I do to people now. Yeah, I jump out and scare them and stuff like that. Never too old to do that. So
you can scare them with your Texan accent.
Yep. Yeah, myself for that. But it's like, say you're in a house, right, and you live there, and then people come in, and you're like, shit, who's that? So you start banging about to try and scare them off. Maybe that's what's happening in the house. That whatever energy's there might not know that they're dead. They're like, who are these knobheads in the house? Yeah. With Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
and it's like, it could be that, like, need to get them out, scare them off, do something to get rid of them.
And on another level, they could not be dead. They could be perfectly alive, going through their day-to-day in their own time.
Yes.
And then the timelines just overlap,
Yep.
And they think you're a ghost because they can kind of see like the echoes of you in your time, and you see the echoes of them in their time.
But then you've also got the theory that all time exists at the same time, so it all overlaps anyway. Just because something happened in our time 200-300 years ago doesn't mean to say it's still not happening now.
Yes.
As people keep telling me, time's only is it a linear?
Time doesn't exist.
Yeah, linear. That's it. So you've got all that. So there's a million different. It's not a million, but there's quite a few possibilities as to why and what. Yeah, 1,000,001. We'll go for 1,000,001, yeah, just to be on the safe side. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. I have nothing else.
Well, we're just about at time anyway, so
Yeah.
let's bring it back to the spooky shed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
where do you find it? When is it on? When can people watch it?
Can't watch it anywhere yet, unfortunately, but you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get all your podcasts from. Episodes come out every Sunday. You can follow us on Instagram at the Spooky Shed Podcast. I mean, we're on all the other socials, but we don't really use them, to be honest. But there's a link in the bio on the Instagram where you can find us everywhere else.
Cool.
Yep.
And one day when
if anyone wants to get in touch with,
sorry, I was just going to say one day when we're
that's right. Go on.
Podcasts, I will get Billy on with us because I genuinely have people who don't believe Billy is real.
I was kind of thinking that. No,
People think it's just me talking to myself in two voices.
The Bates Motel. That's what you should call it. No, massive thank you for coming on. Definitely need to come on again. Need to get you on with Tommy.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'd just do a big round table thing. So, yep. Excellent. So you're on Apple, Spotify, Castbox.
Yep, everywhere.
Google, on all of them.
Are you on Audible?
No, not that one.
You should bet you
I
are.
don't think so.
Who'd you upload with?
Aircast.
See, I use Podbean, and we're on Audible, and it's free. You don't even need an account. So might be worth a look, you know.
Yeah.
Right,
we
but yeah,
we were on Audible.
No, I found out. I was looking for a book, and then I found us. I'm like, oh, thanks for telling me. So yeah. But yeah, we definitely need to meet up. Go to the Devil Dog Woods. We'll bait Tommy and just go from there.
And I'm coming.
100%.
I'm gonna get a passport. I'm coming.
Excellent. There we go. Be awesome. So thank you again, Liam. Absolute
No problem.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Nicole, you said you wanted to say something about a haunting.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Saturday, real quick, guys. Sunday, I went on an investigation at a place for an upcoming location, like a preliminary investigation, check out the hotspots, see how we're gonna set up groups, things like that. And we got some pretty intense energy. And then Monday morning, I get out of bed, I go into the bathroom, and I hear a TV like blaring. And I think it's the kids. Well, Kale's at school, Fiona's still in bed. Her TV was off. The TV was in my room on full volume, remote sitting in the middle of the bed.
I've been moving out.
And it was weird because if like I had rolled over on it or something and turned it on, I would have heard it. Like it wouldn't have not started until I was in the bathroom.
Something trying to get your attention.
Yes. And then Stephanie, one of our mediums on the team, she was having dreams about the house.
Oh.
The night before when I told them. And then recently, Lisa had her cell phone thrown off the counter.
Hitchhikers.
So, yeah. Something's
Good
going
luck.
on.
Good
We're
luck.
going back.
Oh,
We're going back.
Nah. Yeah, they're trying to get your attention. Or they're just messing with you.
Yep.
So, yeah. Again, massive thank you, Liam, for coming on. Definitely come on again.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about going out investigating and what have you.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. So, right, that's it for tonight. Like I said, we can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, and all the others. We'll be back on Friday with Adam Butler. And did you know, on Adam Butler's name, in alphabetical order, you can spell DMT?
Of course you can.
Yes, ADAM Butler with a T. There you go.
All
And
right.
that's how I made the thumbnail. Very creative.
Love it.
Right, so have a wonderful 2 days. We'll see you at 8:30 on Friday, 3:30 EST, 12:30 PST, 1:30 Mountain Time, 2:30 Central Time. And I only know that because Gerald did a little map of America for me and he wrote the time zones going across.
That's nice of him.
I know. So, right, we're going to love you and leave you. So, have a wonderful 2 days. I'll see you guys Friday. Take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.